I'm a senior manager at Aleph, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is the 103rd Career Talk broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to bring in valuable speaker to discuss a topic that are important to you and for your career. For the benefit of our viewers, let me quickly introduce Aleph. Aleph is an award-winning edtech company, counsel over 23,000 students. We are top 10 study abroad consultants by Knowledge Review. Through us, you will have option of 200 plus universities and colleges across 14 countries. We specialize in student scholarship and up till now distributed 23 crores scholarship to our students. So, moving on to our today's topic, study MBA in Germany, a startup capital of Europe. Sounds very exciting since Germany has been known as a tech hub. Today, I'm sure you're going to experience the leadership and entrepreneurship side of it. To discuss this exciting subject, we have with us an expert speaker. Let me do the honor of introducing her to you. With us, we have Ms. Monica D'Souza, Business Development Manager for BSBI, Berlin School of Business and Innovation, Germany. At BSBI, they believe, and it's their motto, where affordability meets quality, a total value for your time and money. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for the warm welcome, and it's an honor to be a part with Aleph. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Monica. I'm sure we're going to have an exciting session going
Definitely.
forward. Yes. To all our viewers, if you have any questions, please feel free to write in the comment and we will try to address as we progress. Let's begin with the session.
Sure, Jenny.
So, yeah. So, Monica, you know, Germany is definitely, a popular study destination. However, I would want you to give it an introduction from student perspective and, BSBI perspective.
Sure.
How could you best introduce Germany to our audience?
Sure. Thank you, Jenny. Hi, everyone. As Jenny said, I am Monica D'Souza. I am the Business Development Manager for BSBI, which is Berlin School of Business and Innovation, Germany. And I'm here to represent my university, my college. And so we'll start with why Germany, why Berlin, and then why BSBI. Then obviously we'll start with the courses, and as per the Jenny would have, I'm sure she has a few questions, so we'll come up there. So now talking about, I'll start with why Germany at the moment. So I'll give a few highlight point that I feel it's very important when you look at from a student perspective or even from a parent's perspective today. So the first point that comes to when I talk about Germany is the part-time opportunity. So first thing, if you're looking for your career, you're looking for your future, the first thing comes in your mind, how much will I make when I'm done, and how much will I be earning, because that's the end game. That's the end game that everybody is playing this entire game for. So talking about the part-time opportunity, Germany I think is one of the very flexible and very broadened perspective when it comes to part-time. You can work easily 20 hours in 1 week. So you are allowed to work 20 hours in 1 week. So that makes 80 hours in 20 or 4 weeks. So the per hour wages is your 10 to 12 euros. Now it has increased to 12 euros and nothing less than 10 euros for sure. So somewhere if you look, you are making in like 20 hours in 1 week to 20, into four weeks, you are making approx good 65 to 70,000. And your cost of it, I'm talking about Indian rupees also, and your cost of living will not be more than 400 to 450 euros with adding entertainment. I see my lot of students paying their own tuition fees, taking care of sending even back money home because they are making such good money without harming their curriculums and studies. So I think first point will be the part-time opportunity. You are allowed to work 20 hours in 1 week, and courses are so flexible that I'll come to when I talk about BSBI that you won't be, bothering each other. And going ahead, as I said, the minimum wages is 10, nothing below it. So that's the first point. The second point when I talk about it, this is one of the highest minimum wage if you compare. So if I talk about 12 euros, right now it started with, I would say, if going starting the year, it was 9.5, it had come down slowly to 10. Within 1 year of time, it has run to 12 euros, which is a huge jump itself that I believe. Then the post study and the work visa is pretty easier and simple comparatively. Germany is a very friendly country. It's not like India. I'm not demeaning anyway, but when I compare, I put my scale. I always see, I see people they're always eager to pay their taxes, on time. It's not the condition that we see in our country, because government take care of everyone so well that people are eager to pay their taxes. If you are a taxpayer, you pay your taxes, nicely till 4 to 5 years. You can easily apply for a visa. Like you can easily apply for a PR. And if you are out running out of your job after paying your taxes after 6 to 7 years or 8, 9 years being in the country, it's the only government that take cares of you. Without your job, the government is paying you 70 to 60 to 70% of your salary just being at home till you find a job again. And you are not the owners are even not allowed to ask you rent at that duration. I don't see any other government doing this kind of light-hearted activity for any citizen. So that's why this is the second point. As I said, the PR is the third point that I believe, and then full-time job opportunity. As you know, it's a hotspot for startup. I will surely talk about it. So that increase the job opportunity. When I say startup, your jobs are just not limited to the startups, because I know people are very skeptical about the startups and everything. But when I talk about Germany, I talk about brands. We have Amazon coming up, has already been very nicely there. We have Puma, we have BMW, we have Red Bulls. These are the world's biggest brand, and the shortest in their growth. Like for example, Red Bull. If I remember, I was a student when Red Bull had come, because I'm also recently passed out like 5, 6 years back. So I remember the marketing strategy that Red Bull that came with, they just came up with the entire empty cans, they start throwing everywhere. So that left an impression among the students and people that this product has been consuming a lot, and that's when people start consuming. And in the shortest time, Red Bull make a very strong, footstep and footprints. And German brand is always known for the sustainability and for the quality. So these are the point when I say, when you're considering your full-time opportunities, the limits are endless. Moving ahead, the degree that I'm talking about, the degrees that we'll be talking about here right now is one of the well-recognized degree. Only the best certified school are AMBA certifies, that management schools are, that obviously BSBI is. And yeah, then the world class infrastructure, the connectivity is so good that you are not wasting any money on it. And you are very well connected with the city, and transportation, the food. A lot of my students come to me and say, because we are from India, is there going to be a vegetarian food? Are we going to get this food, that food? Obviously the entire world has moved to vegan. If you're not vegetarian, I'm sure you want to get vegan. And there's an immense opportunity, there's immense option for vegetarian also. I've yet not heard any complaint. The student, they do ask me, but when they go there, we have not heard any such complaints. The food is very affordable, the cost is very affordable and everything. So that set up the benchmark itself. Now moving ahead, we'll talk about why Berlin, obviously Germany,
Yeah.
then why
So,
Berlin.
Monica, wow. So, I would ask you this question
Sure,
as next question.
sure.
Yeah, thanks. But just complimenting you here, I mean, I had more of topics, in the past about Germany, but you've given a very realistic, student-oriented answers or, responses. And I'm sure the audience might be, relating to what you're talking to. And
Definitely.
sure. Moving on to my next question to you, why? Of course, Germany as a whole, but Berlin, where BSBI is located, or as one of the top cities, why is it known as a startup destination? I mean, my tech student or even, my non-tech student would be more interested, who are wanting to get into management side of the professional world, or, want to get into leadership, roles, or even want to come back and, pursue their businesses, family businesses, how it helps them.
Right, Jenny, rightly pointed out. As I said, it is a hotspot for the startup, and the reason that we say that is Berlin has a plenty of affordable space to grow a startup. I think that is one of the key point that I feel it is known for a hotspot space, because the neighborhood is very lively, the rents are cheap. As I said, it's very well connected with other cities and other places. So the first point I think is Berlin. Berlin has a very plenty of affordable space to grow a startup. When you're starting up, obviously you need a space, you need a manpower, you need certain a setup, which I think Berlin provide pretty well. It keep up to the expectation. then I feel Berlin's tech scene is attractive to young innovators. And I just spoke about the brand which was Red Bull. I'm talking about Puma. If you see these brands, even BMW, they are pretty old brands. But they see their strategies, you still feel like they are fairly new because they are very much blended with the new generation as well as the old generation. It has not left the authenticity of and the morals of the old values. Plus, it is hand in hand, moving ahead with the changing fashion, changing style, changing system of the new generation. So I think this is what attracts the young innovators to be in the city, and Berlin, as I said, located in the central. We have Frankfurt, we have other option, but being centrally located, it attracts the global talent as well. Now, if we talk about a lot of even programs that are taking a lot of exhibitions. There's a lot of recently, if I'm talking about the students and youth, I would say there was an award session. There's a Berlin Award which was held in Berlin where Alia Bhatt and all these people were there. So why Berlin? Why just Berlin? Why not any other city that we are organizing this particular fair? Now, when I'm talking to student, a lot of my student might not know. It is called the Bern's biggest party, which is called Tomorrowland. Which like I think all the students they know when they're in class 12th and 11th also. They're not aware that this particular event take place in Berlin, not in US, not in UK, not in Australia, which is known for crazy lifestyle, which is known for Vegas and all that thing. But no, even this particular, which have top 100 DJs and world's best people and best crowds. Now, this particular event also take place in Berlin. Now, what is the reason? Obviously, the cost, the welcoming neighborhood, the tourism that is so good, the government that is so friendly and allows this particular thing to happen, so people flew down. So this is one of the biggest example to be given that this kind of event which take place in Berlin, which is not a Indian event, which is a worldwide largest scale size event that is gathering, which is taking place in Berlin. So obviously they also consider this all these points. And as I said, Berlin has a startup, a lot of bigger players. So when I talk about German brands, so 30% of German brands are based in Berlin. So when I talk about all this brand, the headquarters is in Berlin. So everybody who's learning, who's on the way to come or to start up is obviously looking up to something. So
Absolutely.
they come down to this city because they are learning. There's immense to learn, and there are people who are leaving jobs, starting their startups. Then they're taking them under. So a lot of things. This has a lot of potential. And the last point I will sum up this with: Berlin is a hub for creativity. If you see the diversity that the city has, the kind of culture people that come from, and the kind of advertisement company growing up, the kind of tech industry growing up. Now, it is a myth when people say it is for only for tech. I totally agree. It is for tech, but it is just not for tech. It has immense potentials in healthcare. It has immense potential, especially in MBA. Now, when I'm talking about brands like BMWs, Red Bulls of the world, now obviously the CEOs will not come and do the social media posts. They would need marketeers. They would need somebody who represent their brand. So obviously there's immense need and immense potential for all the sector, for finance and investment. I talk about for data analytics. I talk about social media, tourism, hospitality. As I just said, Berlin, Tomorrowland take place in Berlin, which itself an example that how well the tourism of Germany is open their arms with this kind of events and activities.
Absolutely. And being centrally located, the access the student has to entire Europe
Exactly,
and
the
not just
connectivity. When I talk
Germany.
about connectivity,
Correct.
imagine that from people. I just a great example of an Indian fest which was taking place in Berlin. Now it's just an Indian fest. Now if I'm talking, everybody is moving towards Berlin now. Now when I'm talking
Absolutely.
about the international event, you and I might not know Jenny, but my brother I know because I have recently passed out. To even you would know Tomorrowland is such a big name. When you talk to students, you're like, oh my God, Tomorrowland. But nobody knows that it's not a UK. It does not take place in US or UK. you
Correct.
know it is taking place in Berlin, which is itself is the biggest example how accommodating and friendly the country is and open our to for such programs.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Monica, that I'm sure you've definitely made a student excited. Why they should come to
Definitely.
Berlin. Yeah, my
If I
next
was student,
question
I
will
know
be
what was my key points. Yeah.
My next question to you: why should they come to BSBI? That's my straight
Right.
next answer to you. And I have a student, Abuja, you know, uh, I have a Oluwandere Christopher who's watching all the way from Nigeria. He's saying hi to
Oh,
us.
hi everyone. Hi guys. I hope
Yeah,
you're liking it. Any question, feel free.
correct. So straight to my question: why
Sure.
BSBI?
Sure, Jenny. Thank you. As I said in the introduction, you very well said, it is a place where quality meets affordability. So I would just emphasize on this word where we believe that this is the place where actually affordability and quality are meeting together. We do not believe, to wasting students' money or, not giving them the best of the price. This is something which is giving you best of your price. Moving ahead, as I said, I'll justify why affordability meet quality. This is what that we wholly believe in when I talk about Berlin School of Business and Innovation. Now, talking about why somebody should choose BSBI, I will give you a few highlights. First of all of the medium of instruction is totally and totally English. So this is the biggest myth that I would like to break to everyone. First of all, whoever people are seeing from whichever cities or countries, you do not need Germany to go German first. You do not need German to go Germany first of all. It's a very big myth. It had been coming for a very long time, but that is not true. You don't need to know anything. You just need to have a good English. That is more than enough. All our classes are only and only conducted in English. Even if you're worried that you would be doing a part-time job, you would require Germany. No, not at all. The evolution had come, I would say, 20, 25 years back when people like you or my parents would have gone to the country and have settled in same place with the same kind of job. Obviously, they would not speak 100% fluent Germany. They are speaking English still, and the people who go, they are talking to them in English. All you require is a good hold on your English language, and that's all we need. So yes, this is the first point, that medium of instruction is only and only English. You do not require to know any Germany to be in Germany. It's very good if you know. It's only gonna add up. Like for example, I am from India. Now Indians, they speak 15, 20 different languages. So if I go to any particular Maharashtra, if I go to Delhi, if I go to Gujarat, obviously they would have their local language, but that does not mean that everybody is speaking in that particular local language. If you come to Bombay, if you come to a place like Delhi, I don't think so anybody is speaking Marathi here, unless we go to a very outskirt or we are speaking to somebody who's from very old generation, and that kind of crowd is going to be in every corner of the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if somebody thinks like that, they will not come to India thinking they'll have to speak 15, 20 different languages. So that is not true. You're very much welcome without knowing any German. The second advantage that add up with this is we teach you free German language till B2 level free of cost. So though we understand that you do not require any German, training or language fluency to be in Germany, but we are still teaching you Germany inside the campus till B2 level free of cost. When I say B2 level, it's as good as class 2 M.
Hmm.
So we are teaching you Germany inside the campus till B2 level without any fees. It's up to you. We are not forcing you. It's not a compulsory. It's up to you. If you're looking for a PR perspective, if you're looking, for a longer run, it's a free of cost. You should make best of it and should definitely learn it. If not, then that is also not a problem. And also, we are registered, certified center for the examinations also. So the best part is you learn Germany here, you also give the examinations here, and you get your results here. So this is we are providing you free German classes without any extra fees. It's included. It's your call for your PR perspective. Moving ahead, we have flexible study option. As I mentioned at the beginning, that the part time allows you 20 hours in 1 week. Now, what happens if I talk about a very cities like UK, US? You see a lot of people. I see my sister and my cousins that were gone, years back, struggling, could not speaking on phone, like little depressed because they have to, finish their job, go back to classes, they come back running again, cook their meal, do their assignments. Now that is a lot of juggling for a student, when they have, especially from Indian family, when they're stepping out, because they used to mom get me water, get me food. It become little difficult to balance all of a sudden, and we cannot push students just like this, like they will take a baby step, but we cannot force student to simply jump into system. So our study options are very very flexible. Our classes are 2 to 3 days in a week. So that allows students with another 3 to 4 days in their hand to finish their 20 hours part time. Now they can do five hours each. They can do three 8 hours, 2 8 hours ratio. It's up to them. But there's plenty of time. So when you are doing your part time, your studies are not disturbed, and when you're
Correct.
studying, your part time is not disturbed. So you're paying both the attention. You are at the respective places where it's required. Also, the best part is all our examinations are only assignment basis, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
So even if
Oh,
somebody is working hard to fail can only fail.
correct,
Otherwise,
correct.
no, there's no chance to fail. A lot of time I see my student get distracted. They earn a really good, they earn a really good part time that they get distracted and leave their course at one place and think it is not important, which is not true. We are not making academics very heavy. It's very lightweight for you. We would want you to focus on your part time and also on the curriculums and uh, the certification that you are for. And yeah, you'll surely be you're passing with good grades because it's assignment based. Moving ahead, then we have world renowned university partners with us. We have UCA, which is University of Creative Art. So when you're passing out with a UK degree in your hand, right? You're not walking out with any German degree. So it's I will come down. Then we have CUC, which is the Concordia University of Chicago. This is a US degree. Then we are walking out, and then we have is Unitino, which is UTIU, which is a Italy certification. So we have is a UK certification, we have a US certification, and an Italy certification. So if a student is passing out, they are walking out with a UK degree, being in Germany, or a US degree. You're not wasting that 30, 50 lakh of your parents' money or a heavy education loan, to get that UK degree. It's equally valid everywhere. UCA is ranked number 7 itself. You can search about it. And as I talk about BSBI, we are also part of GUS, which is Global University System Chain, which is one of the largest university system known across the world. We own across 1,000 plus universities, and having our footmarks, we have Pearl Academy in India, we have Petroleum School of Dehradun, which is one of the largest investment. This is from a perspective that we have very strong grip in India also, so you have to be rest assured that you are putting in a brand like Reliance or Ambani's kind of a brand. So you have to be rest assured this brand is just not coming, anywhere like in a shorter period of time. So you have to be very rest assured your certification and degrees are going to be well recognized. Then, as I said, the highly affordable fees. Talking about fees, I can just give you one example. Then maybe we can talk about the fees when we are discussing about the course. For example, our fees are as good as I'm talking about for a data analytics program or a finance investment or a global MBA. Now we have two set of MBAs because we understand in India the MBA is for 2 years. But if you go abroad, your MBA is for 1 year. Now, when you come back to India, the 1 year MBA is not recognized in the most of the known brands. They do not consider 1 year MBA as an MBA. So most of the student, when the 30% student, at least they come back. But when they come back, they're not getting the value for the 1 year they've invested, money wise and the time wise. So what we have come in BSBI, we have come to cut short this gap, and we have come somewhere in between, where we have come with 18 months program of all our PGs and our PGs and MBA programs. We have 18-month MBA. So it's not 1 year, it's not 2 years, it's 1.5 year. So when in India, when a student come back to their country, they have been given the equally weightage. Still, if you want to go for an authentic MBA, aesthetic MBA, we still have another option, which is normal aesthetic MBA, which is a 2 year MBA. Right? So if you have plans to go for a government job in future or something, then nothing like a 2 year MBA for you. I
Absolutely.
personally suggest a global MBA to my student, considering the value for money, and but we have both the options.
Great. So,
Mm.
could you give me more, a little bit, since we have time constraint, if we could,
Yeah, sure.
shorten our explanation. What are the specialization within an MBA, and do we require work experience for a student to come and study at
No,
BSBI?
Jenny. So basically, if a student is applying for MBA, what we require is a passing bachelor's certificate for sure. We require minimum, you can say 60%. 58, 60, no, 60, 60 plus is a very good grade to start with a PSBI. We do not require any kind of entrance exam or German language, but we do require IELTS.
Absolutely. So, I
Especially if
have
you are
a
teaching
student.
in
Uh,
Maharashtra. Yeah.
yeah, I have a student who has asked us a question: is there any type of exams?
No, no, there's no GMAT, there's no CAT, there's no SNAP as such. All you have, and there's no German language also that you need to learn. I would just suggest my student to go for an IELTS. IELTS, you need 5.5 and overall no band less than 6. Yes, that's the only requirement we have. I suggest my student to appear 3 months prior. If they're going for an October intake or a February intake, 3 month prior is a very good time because I can give you unconditional letter within 15 days, 2 weeks of time. But it's a visa that take 45 to 50 days, Jenny, how it works. So that is a
Correct.
little time constraint thing. Yes.
And what are the major intakes that we have if student interested to, come and join
Right.
for it? So,
Mostly our intakes are October, Feb, July, and May.
okay.
These are the
And we
four
have the
intakes.
nearest intake in September,
October, Jenny.
October.
October, yes. We still
Okay.
have that intake going on. I'm still getting every day a lot of student interested for many courses, and it's been going pretty well for October intake. And then we have a Feb intake. Now, one thing I would like to highlight here when I'm talking about fees. So now, the best part about the fee structure is if a student is applying, this fee structure I'm talking about is for 2022. In 23, the fees might fluctuate a little. The discounts, scholarship discount might come down a little. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. At least this year, what I'm sure about it, if a student is willing to pay a full fees in advance, he and she can opt for a 40% straight discount on the particular fees.
Wow.
And if a student still choose to pay an EMI option, they can still opt for a 25% discount. Like as good as a course fee for a data analytics or a finance investment course is 12,000 euros.
Wow.
Right. Now if a student plans to pay the full fees in advance, the fees you can get 20-40% straight scholarship discount. That bring down your course to as good as 5.75 lakh rupee or 6 lakh, not more than that,
Correct.
for 18 month of your course and 18 month of your stay back, making it a 3-year package for you. So in 18 months, if you're still not able to be sure about your job or anything, we're still providing you with an 18 month stay back to support it. Nobody can
Correct.
throw you out or anything in that particular time. You have 18 months in your hand to figure out what you want to do, how you want to do, where you want to work, right? And then,
Absolutely.
as I said, there's EMI option, 6 EMI option, where we can give you 25% discount. For this is for this year. If a student is coming for a February intake, also we can start their process somewhere in November, December, October, November, and still can give them this discount.
Correct.
I suggest my student, if you're going for next year October, also just enroll for Feb intake. Then maybe we'll see we can defer your things. Takes a little
Correct.
time, but at least you can avail this such a good price, Jenny. I know because I have my younger brother. I come from a small town, so I see people literally are under so much of debts, 15 20 students loan for an MBA, for a PG, which is not worth it at all. I have seen my
Absolutely.
student here
So
covering
BSBI
the,
stands true to its
yeah,
motto of,
I have seen my student, covering the entire fees in 8 months of their being in the country, being in the state.
absolutely. Absolutely. So my next question would be, what are the basic eligibility requirement now? I'm sure students have got more excited with the type of fees and the
Right.
scholarship that they would be receiving. What are the eligibility? I mean, is it tough to get into? And can they still apply for upcoming intake?
See, if there's some issue, there's some only if the visa. I feel the problem. I can give you unconditional letters. I can provide you with the study agreement. But something visa is something that is not under our hand. It is completely up to you. So only thing I would say to brush up your English, keep your finance sorted. Keep all your certifications, all your clean account clean and everything. I think that plays an important role, sorting out
Wonderful.
your finance in much advance, because what kind of block account you would be needing, what kind of language you would be needing. So yes.
Sure. And what are the career supports and placement assistance that student can expect after they graduate or about to graduate from BSBI?
Right. So Jenny, having said that, I've always been very clear that we do not provide you job, or placement, but we help you with the job assistance, with the stay
Absolutely.
assistance. If somebody who's just going in BSBI, we also give them a kit where you can find 100 places to stay, can choose. Same way, we help you with job assistance. We have a very famous magazine called Pioneer, which is a very famous magazine all across Germany. You'll find this magazine in magazine in all kind of airports in Germany. So we provide you with, so we are very well connected as a being part of a gus. It makes it makes us a corporate group itself, you know. So
Correct.
we are very well rooted and connected that way. So we provide you with job assistance. I have not God's grace not seen my students struggling for any part-time, any job after that, or you know, any kind of such assistance.
Absolutely. However, I mean, you'll give them a support in terms of preparing them for interview and things like that. Is there that support?
See, Jenny, that's when you come in picture. You know, people like Alif and
Mhm.
very well. I think you guys take care very well. Still, if the student need any support from BSB, like you come as student, say our student have some, you know, some visa letters, we provide you with visa letters. So we
Absolutely.
provide you, we give you time, and we assist you how to do it. And the best part, I would like to mention one last point here, that we also provide PSW legal help to the student. Not everybody does it
Hmm.
because we are a
Correct.
part of us. So what we do, if a student goes any country, you know, with the documents, student is struggling here and there, finding a lawyer, then they can start their part time after 3 months. So entire legal process take 2 to 3 months, right? So 3 months you're not earning
Correct.
any money. Your course is just for 1 year, other cases, and your three
Hmm.
months are already gone. Then by the time you are on the floor,
Correct.
you don't
Correct.
know where the time has flew, you know. So that's not case with BSBI. When you walk in our
Hmm.
campus, you would find a desk, you would find a lawyer who would doing all the documentation. Within second month of being in the state, in the city, you can start your jobs. So we, and that is also free of cost. Usually this is 500 to 600 euros, but that is also free of cost. We provide you till 3 years till you walk out of, you know, your PSW, like post study work visa. So this is also a help that we provide you. Anything else, Jenny? I
Absolutely.
have
So,
get most of it. Yeah.
just summarizing what Monica has mentioned, BSBI is a boutique, a very high quality institute offering management, entrepreneurship, communication, and digital media courses, emphasizing on MBA. Of course, they help students to not only just MBA but all students with German support if they wish to take up. That is very personalized support. I'm sure not many school would look at that interest of student helping them to settle in the country or otherwise want to look for opportunities outside Germany also will surely help them with this support. And it's an ROI based institute. With the type of fees, I'm sure they're going to recover their expenses of the tuition within the next 2 years of in within the PSW period. uh, and yeah, so to any student who are interested and have this requirement, please get in touch with us and we shall offer you an instant support. Any last piece of advice, Monica, from you as we close this
I,
session?
Jenny, first of all, I would like to thank you for this beautiful session. You guys have been doing some great job. Students are really lucky to have Ali, you know, guiding them for their future. And I would just like to tell student make a wise decision. A lot of student lack awareness because obviously parents are very busy. They have, you know, in India they follow certain pattern and everybody is running behind it. Do not get under heavy debts for your studies. You know, look for something which you are not paying in another 10 years, you know, and not living a life but only paying your student loans. And don't get into this trap. Choose something which is very affordable for you, which is very beneficial for you in coming 2 to 3 years itself. It's a very crucial time, so choose wisely.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you, speaker, once again for your insightful conversation. If any of our listeners seeking further information, please get in touch with us on our helpline number 9987099890 or visit our website alif.in. Our experienced counselors will be happy to assist you instantly. My name is Jenny Lisa, signing off with a promise to come back again on scheduled Friday with another interesting topic and some amazingly talented speaker enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
all.
Jenny. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you.